All right, what's up, YouTubeites? Welcome into the Cover Price Weekly Top 10 for the week ending, January 19th, 2025. It's a fun list. There's a couple that I think we were all surprised by, but yeah, while you guys are congregating, let's go with this one.
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish what you started. Nothing can stop that now.
It's Marlando. Is that what we're coining this?
It's Orlando. That's what we're doing, man.
Marlando.
Welcome in. Yeah, we have a full crew. Let's see what's up. Lando, we'll start with you.
Not much, guys. I missed you, Laura. Especially, we went 1 week without you, and chaos ensued.
You
Thank
guys
you.
were fine. You guys were
It was amazing. Great times. Gabe held the fort, but the chat is here. We see you guys. You're active, so I'm most pumped to break down these top 10 books with all of you, especially you three here. But the chat. Let's get into it. So much good stuff this week. So much good stuff. Video games.
Games, say what's good.
What's up, everybody? Yo. Coming back, Legends of the Long Box, Lords of the Long Box, coming back to you guys. We gave you a nice long weekend, got a little bit of a break. We're back with a fun list, cool, fun list. I got a lot of books on this list, which is really interesting. I usually just don't rack up anything on these lists, but this is a good week for this list. Got Lando, we got Laura back in the house, keeping us on track, maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
And of course, Marty here, always the instigator, letting everything go crazy last week. It was his job to reel us in and keep us on track, but obviously that didn't happen very well.
Now I know.
Yeah, he just found out.
Gabe, they want to see your shirt. You got to stand up.
I feel like a t-shirt whore.
You are
Nice.
up, baby.
Yeah.
That's some Sam De La Rosa going on right there too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one guy that just really just latches on that he did that Venom #1 cover. Just latches on to that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think this is actually Mark Bagley. And I'm gonna say
it's Bagley.
it's Bagley, the ink, not Randy Green. I don't know. I forgot who Mark Bagley's inker was back then for the most time. I don't think it was Sam. But either way, cool shirt.
Okay.
ASM 275. It's the gold cover with the webbing.
375.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, Gabe's only wearing a t-shirt. He lives in Vegas though, guys. It's like not cold there.
It's 38 degrees.
Oh, really? That is cold. It's 54 here and I'm freezing.
We're in the minus, guys. Take it easy.
Ooh,
In
nope.
Celsius, that doesn't count. That's not real numbers.
Man.
True. Marty, say what's up.
Welcome, geeks and geekettes and YouTubeites. Welcome as always. So I believe, guys, and I told the panel this earlier, but I only really believe that hell is about to freeze over because I live in the Panhandle, Florida, and we got snow in here today. I shit you not. So there's snow out there. It was wonderful though because I got my bulldogs out there, right? Because I have some bulldogs, of course, as you hear every week. Yes. And they were just rolling out in the snow, just having a good old time. It it was just great. It was a good time to see that. But nevertheless, Laura, we are so happy that you're back. I think we do have fun when you're not here. You know, kind of like being guys. But I think we definitely need your presence here in more ways than one.
I don't know. I got a lot of good feedback. I was like, I don't even know if I should come back. These guys are doing their thing. It was great.
Oh, no, it was great.
49, negative 53. Like, what is that? Or 35. What does that even feel like?
Yeah. It's cold as hell. You sit in your car and like your butt doesn't feel so good. Let me tell you.
You have to keep that nonsense. I'll keep my 120 degrees summer than minus negative anything.
Dude, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the code either.
I went to buy a new car and I'm like, heated seats, right? Yes, okay, heated steering wheel, right? Yeah, we're good to go. Let's go. You know what I mean? That's all I want.
What about automatic starter? Do you have that?
It's a must.
Must. Absolutely must. Yes.
Yeah.
Like it comes in handy.
Like she starts her car from her phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like, no matter where she is in the world.
Fancy.
Yeah.
And you guys
That's
are much
awesome.
braver than I am. All right,
That's
let's
awesome.
dive in. If you are just hopping into the show, guys, welcome to the Cover Price Weekly Top 10. This list comes from our friends over at Cover Price. We are looking at the most units sold or the highest sales sold. All of this is based on aftermarket data, so keep in mind, we don't make the list. You guys do. All right, every week there is a runners up. Marty, what do we have this week?
Yeah, let's see what people are buying this week. Let's bring up the runner up. It's Daredevil number 11. This is the Ron Garney regular cover, published by Marvel, September 2016. Well, hot dang did that Daredevil Born Again trailer hit all the right notes. If it isn't any indication, we're getting the style of the Netflix series dialed up to 19. Part of that is the addition to Muse, a violent villain of Daredevil's, who first appeared in this book. When news dropped that he would appear in the series, we saw a slight bump of his key books. Now, that we've seen him on screen, we'll see it again. We tracked 15 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 46%, with a high sale of $224 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and a current near mint raw price of 77 bones.
We're staying backstage because I forgot to put their slides up. So we're all just going to be backstage today.
It's all good.
So,
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born Again. That was me and Lando talked about that. Born Again was the craziest trailer I've seen in a while. I was so impressed, so happy, so excited. I love all the bone breaks, the knee breaks, the elbow breaks, all that fun stuff. We're seeing Muse. So this entire like Charles Soule run is getting some love, it seems like. It's good to see a new villain. It's good to see, Daredevil on here. It's good to see like a regular cover. This is a fun book. This is a fun series. It's gonna happen.
Kingpin's still on there too. So
Kingpin,
yeah. So very nice. And then of course, there's talks of, well, why do you think the whole Punisher books are coming too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a connection to that as well.
Yeah. Gabe, you mentioned the bone breaks. That was probably the best part. The drop kick to the knee in the alleyway will always stand out to me. But it's funny because the Muse books are definitely moving. The trailer shed little to no light on Muse, and people are waking up, coming back to this. It was a big trailer that brought us, Bernthal as the Punisher. We saw Daredevil, we saw Foggy, we saw Karen, we saw literally so much within the trailer. There was nothing Muse related, and Muse is back on the lists, and that's very impressive, guys. I'm happy people haven't forgotten, because Muse is going to be wild within the series.
Yeah, he was on the list a while back, wasn't he, Marty? Like, I feel like, God.
Yeah, I remember seeing this because we actually, we talked about these covers a while back. As a matter of fact, I think when
Chris fixed it.
Thank you, Chris. The man behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
Yep.
The wizard.
No doubt. Good stuff.
We're gonna expose him.
He's even in the chat. That's great. All right. Yeah. So runners up, guys. This week for number 11, we have Daredevil number 11, top sale for a 9.8, 224, 7-day trend of 46%. Gabe, let's officially kick this list off. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kicking this list off tonight with the Punisher, Volume 1, number 1, Marvel Comics, January 1986. We've already mentioned the debut of the Muse in the trailer for Daredevil Born Again. However, it was also great to see many returning characters. For a long period of time, fans thought the original cast of the Daredevil Netflix series was going to end up being replaced. It was to the great joy of all fans when we heard the names of returning characters. Perhaps one of the most anticipated was the return of John Bernthal as the Punisher. He makes a great entrance with menacing facial hair and a threatening axe. It is only a brief glimpse, but it is all fans need to start chasing down Punisher keys once again. While the first appearance of Punisher in Amazing Spider-Man 129 may be out of reach for most, this book is just as fun to chase down. The Punisher's first solo series is a great book to add to the collection. We tracked 15 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 328%. That's really shooting it up there. High sell, $200 for a CGC 9.8, and current near mint raw price is $48.
Damn.
This has got to be one of the most iconic Punisher
Zeck
covers.
yeah.
Mike Zeck just kills it on all the covers for the series. All the covers.
Yep.
Even though it says number 1 of 4, I think it was it ended up being a 5-issue series, but all 5 covers are dangerous.
I definitely have all 4 covers, actually, not all 5. I have 4 covers of those. And I actually have them signed by Mike Zeck himself, too. So that was very nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's amazing. Guys, as we were just saying about Muse, right? The trailer definitely brought some love to the characters we saw in The Punisher. Look, Gabe, you just finished saying that the first appearance is clearly out of reach for a majority of us collectors, but great alternatives is definitely this book right here. I love this book. Wonderful cover. Like you said, Zeck classic right here. CGC 9.8, only $199, though. I actually consider that a good buy. Call me crazy, guys, because
No, everybody in the chat agrees with you. They're saying it's cheap.
Yeah,
that just doesn't sound right. $129,
$199.
$199 for a
$200
CG.
for a
Dude,
9.8. Yeah.
oh my God, buy that can't be right, man. Buy all day long if you can get that for that.
Well,
much.
and near mint's going for like $50. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna track down
Yeah.
a raw copy of this book. I haven't had a raw copy in a long time.
I think I would try.
okay.
Yeah, I would try to do that too.
The whole series,
nice.
actually, I would really love to dig. It's called Blood Circle of Blood, something like that. Great series. Mike Zeck on the art, John Beatty inking it. Is Carl Potts? Was Carl Potts writing it at the time? Either way, but it's such a fun series. Love these covers. These covers are the coolest covers of all time. Mike Zeck,
Stephen
iconic
Grant.
artist.
Yeah, it was
Is it
Steve
Stephen
Grant.
Grant. Okay.
Steve Grant, yeah.
I have a whole chunk of Punisher long boxes that I haven't even opened yet.
If you
Well,
find
You
this
might
series, let
you
me
might
know.
run into a lot of these then.
Yeah.
I'm like
no
taking
doubt.
notes as you guys are talking because I mean maybe I have some of this. I never know. Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Maybe. Okay. Number 10. The Punisher number 1, top sale for 9.8, coming in at $199 and a 7-day trend of 328%. Lando, you are up with number 9.
Guys, this read was amazing. Ultimate Wolverine number 1 by Alessandro Cappuccio. Regular cover. Yes, I threw you the accent, guys. By Marvel, January 2025. The Ultimate Universe has been revamping our favorite heroes, and Wolverine is the next in line to get that treatment. Last week, fans were hunting down Ultimate Wolverine's first appearance in Ultimate Universe 1 year in number 1. This week, fans are looking for his first full appearance and the start of his Ultimate Solo series. The book was just released a few days ago, and like all the other Ultimate books, cover A is the highest trending cover to chase. We tracked 72 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 1%, with a high sale of $60 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw price of $11. Now, I hate to bring you guys some spoilers here, because like I said, the read was phenomenal. This was both tragic and incredible. At the same time, it was brutal. It was so good. Wolverine being a Winter Soldier, guys, just that alone sounds badass, right? Now, the read, I can't stress it enough. We saw deaths of X-Men characters first appearing in this book and then dying in this book. It was amazing. So much awesomeness in one little book. I can't wait to get issue 2. I will say Wolverine is brutal in this issue. So good.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of mixed reviews on this. Like Chris is in the chat. He says he doesn't feel the same to him yet. We'll see what happens with that. But people are kind of like on the fence. I read this one too, and I think it's fantastic. I'm with Lando on this. I think it's a very interesting take.
Guys, Chris hates Lobo. Do we need to say anything more? Do we?
That's true, right?
Yeah.
How can you not like Lobo?
We all have characters that we don't like that other people seem to really love. So
yeah, that's fair.
But Lobo is one of the best.
Yeah.
I'm just rubbing it in on Chris. Just rubbing it
I'm
in.
trying to think of a character I don't like. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
That you don't like?
Dazzler. Yeah. Jubilee.
No, I like Dazzler. She's fine. All right. Well, there you go. Guys, anything to add to this one?
No. Cool book.
Yeah, it's cool. Still obtainable. I mean, 9.8 for $60. Can't go wrong there. Ultimate Wolverine #1, 7-day trend of 1%. Marty, we are back to you at number 8.
Back to me. Okay. Oh, look at this. More Venom here. All new Venom #1. This is Bengus by Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay. Published by Marvel in December of 2024. Here is even more great artwork coming out of Bengus's portfolio. The trend of featuring unique video game artwork on comic book covers is starting to trend. Fans are loving the Marvel Rivals and Marvel vs. Capcom covers, bridging a nearly 30-year gap in gaming. It just goes to show that certain games are timeless, and the joy of recapturing a piece of that nostalgic magic is priceless. We tracked 9 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 3%, with a high sale of $25 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $20. Okay. What do you think, Lando? I'm going to let you speak on this, brother.
He's waiting.
Guys. Now, hold up. Okay. What I like about this, I get it. Maybe it's simply because we're seeing Marvel Rivals covers getting some love. Now people are finally picking up on the fact that these are out there. These came out within the last couple of months. And, we still had them coming out to just as of, I think, 2 weeks ago. Multiple characters. Marvel vs. Capcom. There was actually a video game that was just released in November. It's Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. So it basically gathers, tons of those games, including the Punisher game. You guys remember the Punisher arcade game where you side scroll with Nick Fury? That's a fun game. Yeah, I have the arcade. I love it. And yeah, man. So I'm happy to see there's a ton of characters for these Marvel vs. Capcom variants. So they're all out there. It's interesting that Venom is popping. Again, no surprise. Venom is a favorite of majority, right? But there's many other characters out there. Captain America, Spider-Man. There's a lot more. So who knows? Maybe it's on the list. We'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised these didn't pop up earlier because these came out before the Marvel Rival covers came out.
Yeah,
I just think Marvel Rivals is just the new hotness, right? It's the current trend. It's a recency bias kind of thing.
Yeah,
but I'm glad to see these because I played all these games growing up as a kid. I had the Punisher on Genesis, the one that you were talking about. I have the 1-Up arcade that has the Marvel vs. Capcom games on it. So I love this artwork. I love this stuff here. I mean, we're just talking about another cool variant cover for a video game, So it's good to kind of see that getting crossed over a little bit here, some more. And you might be talking a little bit more about these Marvel vs. Capcom games. So
yes, sir.
Covers. So stay tuned.
I've been seeing them all over social media. People are talking about these like crazy, and it's just it's interesting to watch.
I'm surprised about that they didn't pop off the weeks they came out. But sometimes things kind of get overshadowed.
But that's the thing is I find it interesting how it took some time, right? I'm happy it's getting the love because, like I said, there's tons, man. People went all in on these to get all the characters. It was like a couple $100.
Yeah, that was great. I wanted the Doom. I wanted the Thanos one, but I was like, I'm not going to just store a bunch of variant covers. But
Yes, you are. You're gonna display them because they're awesome.
nah, I'm cool.
These would be cool, like just slabbed and put up on the wall, the characters side by side. That'd be kind of cool.
With an arcade, right? We're
Yeah.
geeking out now.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, number 8, all new Venom number 1. This is the Marvel versus Capcom variant for a raw near mint, $25, 7-day trend of 3%. Gabe, what do we have next?
All right. Talking some Marvel rivals here. I went down too far. So now we're talking about the Amazing Spider-Man number 65 net tease. Marvel Rivals came out January 2025. Spider-Man is arguably the most popular Marvel superhero. His debut in Marvel Rivals was exceedingly well received. It helped that fan favorite voice actor Yuri Lowenthal reprised his role as the web slinger in this game, having previously voiced Spidey in Insomniac's Spider-Man 1 and 2 games. Social media is flooded with Spider-Man combos with other heroes, and most of them are hilarious. While many people opt to select the webhead, very few have mastered his acrobatic playstyle. Still, he is a top pick for casual gamers who want to fight as their favorite hero. And now, he's a top comic book grab. This is the second time this variant has hit the top 10. With that said, 22 copies sold, 7-day growth of 8%, high sell $30 for a near mint copy, and current near mint raw is $23 for a raw dog.
I really enjoy this type of art, and we definitely talked about this last week. Remember, it came up on the list once, and I really do enjoy this type of artwork. But once again, we see, a book coming from popping out because of a game, Marvel Rivals. Here we go. And just like Gabe said, I believe it's just, I believe it's just a phase. This is the hot thing right now. And then, of course, people are collecting. But if you're planning on, I guess, flipping, I'd say sell right away. Because these things
Marty,
are
what
just.
do you like about the art? Is it just that there's panels in the background, or do you like the color on the black and white? I
love the color on black and white. I've always been a big fan of that. I actually have a commission done with Spider-Man, and he's like being chased away, and there's like a whole bunch of the pumpkins from the Goblin. And I have those like standing out and stuff. So I'll have to post it one day. But yeah, I love this type of art. I really love pictures like this too, where you see like it's black and white, and then there's parts of the clothes or certain parts of the photos are like a color, like a red or something like that. Those are really nice.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a video game book? What is this? Guys, Chris, I see your comment. Best cover for now. I'll give it to you for now, simply because we have other covers coming out.
He says this is the best cover.
Yeah, look, the Storm one's great. The Magic one's great, guys.
One of the best covers.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow,
no, this one is the best cover. That's what he's saying.
Okay, well, what I'm getting at is tomorrow your LCSs are going to get on their shelves Fantastic Four issue 28, and that one is a Momoko cover of Marvel Rivals featuring Galacta and Jeff the Landshark. So I think that is already seeing a lot of traction on the secondary market.
People are posting it like crazy. I've been seeing it left and right. She's like hugging him. It's all cute.
Brace yourselves, because I think that's going to go nuclear, and you're going to see this for sure next week. Okay. Yeah, Marty, you're not wrong. This is clearly a phase thing, right?
I mean, you got Peach Momoko, you got Marvel Rivals, you got Jeff the Landshark.
People love.
You're like four quadrant thing that thing already.
Exactly. So I'm excited to see.
I have like the A cover. I don't have the. I just have the A cover. I collect Spider-Man. I've always collected Spider-Man, but mine is the regular. Mine doesn't count.
Nothing
I'd love
wrong
this cover
with that,
though.
Marty. Nothing wrong with that. All right, number 7, The Amazing Spider-Man number 65, Net Tease Marvel Rivals cover, raw near mint, coming in at $30 and a 7-day trend of 8%. What do we have next?
I swear to God, I didn't make this list, guys. Wolverine, number 4. Bangus. Marvel vs. Capcom, obviously by Marvel, December 2024. Even though Marvel Rivals is soaring in popularity, there were previous games where Marvel characters shined. Marvel vs. Capcom is a classic series for any fan of the fighting genre. Marvel vs. Capcom started off as a hit, but the second in the series really blew it out of the water. And I gotta agree with you guys here because that is probably my favorite one. In 2000, Game Machine listed Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as the most successful arcade game. Years later, the game is often referenced as one of the best fighting games ever. To celebrate, the Marvels vs. Capcom Fighting Collection was released back in November, as I said earlier. In continued celebration or marketing of these games, Marvel released several covers honoring the artists behind the portrayal of our favorite heroes, Bangus. Each of these covers features Bangus's artwork from the beloved games. We tracked 6 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 50% with a high sale of $47 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw price of $15. So, Wolverine in Marvel vs. Capcom is an absolute machine. Berserker Barrage. Everybody used it. Come on. That's your way of kicking ass in the game. But we just mentioned the video game, and I waited for this one to show you guys because I didn't want to say it earlier. But here's the video game, okay? The Marvel vs. Capcom collection. And what's cool about this is, I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to pick it up. It came with a mini comic book inside. So, like, you can literally pull this out.
Wow, you actually get stuff inside video games now? That's
right? They still do that stuff. So, as you can see, there's a cool little comic book for everybody. So, I don't know, man. I thought this was a...
Nice. I like that.
And what's funny is the comic was not advertised as being a mini comic, at least not to my knowledge, because I was seeing this comic alone on the secondary market going for like $40 Canadian. And I was like, damn, like, you know, it's coming with a comic. I totally got to pick this up, right? I collect video game comics. And lo and behold, I opened up this thing and I'm like, oh, okay. They hit me with the mini. I get it. But yeah, man, it's cool to see the love for Marvel versus Capcom. Again, is it driven by Marvel Rivals? I think so. I really think so. I think right now that's the thing is people are flocking to these things. But as Marty said earlier, most likely a phase, guys.
I think that's probably in the chat. They're saying that's only for the launch edition. Later waves of the game probably won't have the comic. So good thing you got it now.
Damn.
I wonder if it's the younger people getting Marvel Rivals and the older guys getting Marvel versus Capcom. I'm calling it a generational gap here on these books.
Maybe.
So I'm getting both, Gabe. I don't know. Where do I fall? Tell me, Gabe.
Gabe took himself out. Gabe's like,
I don't know. I love it.
I love it.
Number 6, Wolverine. Number 4, the Marvel vs. Capcom variant, 9.8 at $47. And there's a little over 70 of you in the house right now. So thank you guys for chilling with the Lords on this wonderful Tuesday. We appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you haven't already and sub the channel because we have shows multiple times a week. Okay, what do we have for halfway there? Number 5.
Okay, so number 5 brings you nice Fantastic Four, Volume 1, number 247, published by Marvel in October of 1982. If you thought that Christophe Bernard wouldn't have ever been a significant character in the Marvel Universe, you aren't alone. In totality, the character has made a little over 60 appearances across all of Marvel Comics. Fast forward to today, and Doctor Doom's adopted son is set to be a major player in the assembly of what will be known as the Superior Avengers. Not much is known about this team, except that they are made of Ghost, Killmonger, Malekith, Onslaught, Abomination, and Dr. Octopus. The team will be led by Christophe Bernard, who has made comic book collectors shuffle through back issues to find his first appearance. The new series is set to debut on April 16th and might lead to even more interest in this issue. We tracked 37 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 84%, with a high sale of $295 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw price of $5. There we
We'll
go.
see this back. We've seen it again.
Yeah, we've seen it again. Killer cover though, gotta love it. I mean, classic here. I mean,
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
I'm glad to see some Fantastic Four on this list.
Yeah,
Even though it's odd that it's because people were somehow hunting down the first appearance of Kristoff, which
yeah,
that wasn't on anybody's bingo card. But I love Kristoff. I love like the later era stuff, especially like the Paul Ryan, Tom DeFalco era, where Kristoff. Because what happens is when Doctor Doom disappears or something, Kristoff is like a backup of Doctor Doom, and he kind of turns into Doctor Doom. And he was like a part of the team for a little bit. It's cool to see classic Fantastic Four on the list. It's good to see something different.
And you're a big fan of Fantastic Four, right? Aren't you like Mr. Fantastic right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the Fantastic Four. It's one of my favorite series of all time. It's Fantastic Four. I mean, I have an FF1, so I have to be a big fan.
When Aunt and I first started selling, like back in the day, we had tons of it from some collection we bought, and nobody would buy Fantastic Four. It was
nobody cared.
Impossible to move. It was just So you're ahead of the curve.
Wait till some things start popping off and first appearances start becoming the thing. A lot of good first appearances throughout the entire legacy of the Fantastic Four. Not just the Jack Kirby, Stan Lee stuff, but Kristoff, and we'll see what else happens down the road. Herbie, all that fun stuff.
But Gabe, you just said it. What happens down the road? What I love about this hitting the list is the fact that there's no spec outside of what's happening in comics. We're about to get Superior Avengers, which I'm excited about. The roster sounds like pretty awesome.
The oddest roster. That's such a Onslaught of all things.
That's I know. Onslaught Ghost. But I'm happy that they're bringing this together. And again, that this book hits the list simply because of that, right? People are foreseeing what's coming in comics, and look what happens here. The writer for Superior Avengers is actually the same writer who wrote the Time Slide book that just came out, that you remember was on our list with the Rob Liefeld cover. So I'm looking forward to this for the sake of read, and for this book to get some love. It's awesome to see that, like I said, just because of what's coming.
It's like Marvel's edition of Suicide Squad, my personal opinion. It's kind of cool if you look at it.
Yeah, when you look at the lineup, I guess you could say that. Killmonger.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Number 5, Fantastic Four, $247. CGC 9.8 coming in at $295 and a 7-day trend of 84%. And we are back to Daredevil.
Good old Daredevil back on the list with Daredevil number 14. This is the Dan Panosian cover from December of 2016. If you haven't already seen it, do yourself a favor and watch the trailer for Daredevil Born Again. It has only been about 5 days, and the trailer is already exceeding 13 million views. The trailer's reveal has reassured fans that Daredevil's return will match the brutality and the grittiness of the original Netflix series. Last time we got a new series for Daredevil was back in 2018, and fans have impatiently waited 7 long years to see Charlie Cox don the mantle once again. Alongside the return of Charlie Cox is the introduction of a new on-screen villain, the Muse. The villain was a long-rumored addition to the show, but many early leaks verified that the Muse would appear. It looks like the official trailer for the renewed fans' interest in the villain, as we saw sales soar this past week. With that said, we tracked 10 copies sold, 7-day growth trend of 71%, high sell $80 for a 9.0 copy, and current near mint raw of $45.
So cool.
Yes.
This one's like the one I would wish I would have held on to. I had one, but I sold it too early. I think that Dan kind of hit like this really nice stride recently too. So there's that on top of it.
Unlike Gabe, I'm a big fan of all white covers. You know what I'm saying? I love that. I love the negative use of negative space on this type of covers. They are hard to get high grades in. That's definitely for sure.
That's what I hate about it.
Yeah. I would say with that trailer as well, it's about freaking time, man. I am so glad they came back, and it's gritty. It's a lot of bone breaking, just like Gabe and Lando were talking about earlier, and it looks like a great storyline. So I'm excited.
Yep. I think, Laura, you're spot on, by the way. Like, Dan Panosian's hits hardcore, man, with collectors. Like, he had a phenomenal 2024, in my opinion.
Wasn't he like cover of the year with the Wonder Woman? I feel like that's what people were saying.
It was so good. So good. But what I like about this, like, we said earlier, clearly Mew's getting some love due to the trailer. But when I look at Daredevil 11, which we spoke about at the beginning of the show, and then you look at Daredevil 14, could you imagine if this was the cover for Daredevil 11, how much more that book would probably have taken off? I think it would have gone even higher, because you have him on the cover, phenomenal cover, first appearance on 11. Obviously, that's not what we got, so it's sharing the love between 14 and 11. And no surprise, again, to see this on the list.
I wish I would have held on to mine. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, though, right? Number 4, Daredevil number 14. This is the regular Dan Panosian. CGC 9.8, $80, 7-day trend of 71%. What do we have?
Well.
I legit didn't. Okay, hold on. I legit did not know that was on there. Like, I swear, I didn't. I didn't make the slides.
It's gorgeous. What a surprise.
I really didn't know.
A very big surprise. Guys, number 3, Mark Spears Monsters. Number 3 by Mark Spears. Bird City Comics, which is a shop owned by the ever so beautiful, ever so awesome Anthony. The Bride, double-sided, limited to 600 copies. Keith Spot Entertainment. Laura, what did you say? Think I was going to say something else? Sorry. January 2025. If you follow CovrPrice's articles every week, you probably already know everything there is to know about Mark Spears and his explosive growth in comic books. Last year, the launch of Mark Spears' Monsters led to a massive uptick in horror comic book cover collectors. It was a surprising and unexpected trend that was thought to coincide with the Halloween holiday. However, Spears proved this was not the case. His unique nostalgic artwork became a highly desirable collectible. It has been 3 months, and these books are still trending. It makes perfect sense that this limited exclusive featuring the very popular Bride is already trending. The book goes on sale only on January 29th, and we're expecting tons of aftermarket activity from fans that didn't secure their copy, like me. We tracked 9 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 24%, with a high sale of $110 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current near mint raw price of $66. Not the prices Bird City was charging, but the aftermarket is clearly in love with this cover. Congratulations to you guys, because it is a gorgeous cover. Double-sided. The backside, I believe, is green.
Green, yeah,
like greenish. It's a super nice cover. Both sides of this pop.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it. Congratulations, guys. Again, the list is made by you guys, the buyers, not by us. It's just ironic that Laura is on this panel. And yeah, man, it's a wicked cover.
Yeah,
it's no irony. I think it's great because Laura definitely. You guys do well with advertisement. We talked about this where there was a little teaser on this as well, and you have so many followers anyways, and you guys do amazing with your sales and with the covers you get. And yeah, man, just is breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking.
Well, last week it was on the runners up list, and now it's number 3. So it hop, skipped, and it jumped all the way up to number 3.
Yeah, I think it was like 13 or 14 last week.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's how much my head's just been underwater lately. But this is fantastic. Yeah. I'm very excited to see it. I think it's the first time you get a full shot of her on a cover. We were the only ones to have the Bride for this issue. And I think it's the first time you see her armbands come off, because he was making it extra spicy for us. So
yeah.
Those armbands are really hindering the spiciness.
I know. In case you're looking at our arms.
I love arms.
All right, let's
Sexy.
keep cruising. Number 30, Mark
She's
Spears.
doing her Pilates, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Right? Aren't we all? Monsters number 3, Bird City Comics, The Bride, Double Sided. We have a 9.8 for 110. What do we have for number 2?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
who's
not me. So
Oh wait,
Oh,
that's me.
so
Dang it.
okay.
Number
Sorry.
2.
We're
Good
all
old
okay.
number 2 is Storm number 4. This is the Marvel Rivals cover. Last week we saw Magic, Venom, Spider-Man rival covers all at the top of the list. This week there's a new contender who's entered the arena. The Marvel Rivals Storm cover has seen a massive surge in sales this week, following its predecessors. The cover's artwork matches Storm's outfit and the game's aesthetic. When Marvel Rivals launched, one of the most positively reviewed points of the game was the artwork. The revamped presentation of the heroes turned many gamers' heads, and it looks like that also translated to some comic book sales. We tracked 56 copies sold, 7-day growth of 259%. High sale is $45 for a near mint copy, and currently near mint raw is $25. All these
Yummy.
books are kind of settling down around that $25 mark, $20 to $30 kind of range of things. So not too bad for $4 book right now.
I like this
Yeah.
one. I like her butt cheek. Or is that just a shadow? Might be.
that's
a
butt
shadow.
cheek.
Yeah, it's
Butt
cute,
cheek.
right? This is a cute butt cheek photo.
I take a
that's
bite.
not
But
butt
anyway,
cheek. I think that's just shading, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's just shading.
It's a little bit of
Marty.
both. Well, we really
Yeah.
discussed
Butt cheek with some
'Cause-
shading. It's nice, right?
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
it's butt cheek. It's not shady.
Either way, it still looks good, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I like it. This one's
Me
pretty.
gusta. Me gusta. But again, guys, no surprise. Gabe, you bring up another good point. They're settling. They're settling. But again, very impressive, guys. These books just came out. Literally, this came out last week, and it's
Mhm.
what already at number 2. We're looking at volume here. Like how many copies sold? 259%. Like it's clearly moving on the secondary market. $4 book, raw copy, near mint 45. Yeah, that's a success, guys. Whoever picked up a copy, good job.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, Storm number 4, NetTease Marvel Rivals cover, raw near mint, $45, 7-day trend of $259. Here we are, folks. Last but not least, what do we have for this week's number 1?
All right. That would be me. And the last one brings you number 1 is Canto, A Place Like Home, number 6 by Flops, published by Dark Horse in January of 2025. I'm sorry. It's like A Place Like Home, number 6, Flops, published by Dark Horse, January 2025. Okay. Canto is coming to an end. If you've been following the series, you are likely sad to see it end. Dark Horse promoted this issue as an end to a 5-year story spanning 29 issues. The final issue in Canto's first arc is turning heads, especially with the phenomenal cover by Flops. Flops is known for his pulp comic art style, and this cover was an instant hit. Having only been released 6 days ago, this cover has already hit massive amounts of movement on the aftermarket and became a highly desirable collective. The fan have also spoken. They love Flop's artwork, and we can't wait to see more covers in this art style. We tracked 31 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 947%, with a high sale of $60 for a near mint copy and a current near mint raw price of $49. Yeah. Well, I enjoy this type of art style. I really do. It's really cute, and I'm looking to see what else he's going to be doing as well after this.
Flops. Give me something else at this. What else has he been on?
I'm not too familiar with Flops, to be honest.
I
with you.
really
I'm
don't know.
very, very familiar with the book Canto. If you want me to dive into that, Marty, you just finished saying how the book Canto's been in existence for what 5-6 years now. it's come across, I believe, 6 or 7 titles. So like there was Canto 2, not the issue 2. There was like Canto 2, I think it was Hollow Man. After that was 3 Lionheart and stuff like that, or Lionhearted, my apologies. But it went on, and each arc kind of really got better and better. Like I really enjoyed it. One thing, David Boer, the writer of this, I had the opportunity to sit down with David Boer and actually talk about Canto for quite some time, and he really is passionate about Canto. He was very passionate about it, and it's funny because the story is about heart, right? It's really the unlikely hero rising up type thing, right? And like when we were talking about it, and like I said, the focal point here is the heart with the character. You could tell David really put his heart into this, and like he really brought such a great story with Canto. I really enjoyed it. Very much inspired by Wizard of Oz, and I believe it was Dante's Inferno. So it's a very interesting mix right there, right?
Wow.
But story-wise, it was just so good. Part fantasy, part adventure, all heart is what it says on the final page of the first issue, and that's exactly what this is. It's a wonderful story, and yeah, if you guys haven't read it, I really recommend you do. It's a fun one.
Yeah, the girls and I had Drew Zucker on a while back, and David actually is a friend. They're both amazing creators. I remember when it first came out, it was just on fire. Everybody was trying to get a hold of Canto #1. The way Drew uses black on his interior panels is so clever. It just creates this other dimension in the artwork. And I remember just like, that's what popped out to me a lot. I mean, of course, the story's fantastic as well, but Drew's art on this was really well done.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't, I'm with Lando. If you haven't read it, you need to. You are missing out.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for us tonight then, guys. That was number 1. I'm like, wait, but there's no more. Okay. Number 1, Canto, A Place Like Home. Number 6, Flops cover, raw near mint, $60. I'm definitely intrigued by Flops now. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit more. 7-day trend of 947%. That is impressive.
Flops is on X talking about CovrPrice making it the #1 book of the week.
That's so
cool. So maybe he's watching, maybe he'll watch on the rewind, but he's aware. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover. Honestly, like I said, I'm not too familiar with his artwork, but that is very, very stunning. It's a wonderful cover. I wish I picked one up.
What does it remind you of? Is it like Disney? Like it reminds me of like an old Mickey Mouse?
It reminds me of a cereal box for some reason.
Cereal box.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that
I can see it. No, I can see it. That's why I'm chuckling, because I could see what you're saying.
Yeah, Canto. Try Canto for breakfast.
So in the background, there's like a bowl. Yeah. Okay. Very good. All right. Before we go, we're going to do a quick round table. Let's mix it up. I don't want to be predictable. Gabe, we'll start with you.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for showing up, popping in, and giving us some love and support. Showing Laura all the love for coming back. We kind of scared her away for a little bit, but she was out there having a good time. But she's back, and everybody's giving her love in the chat. I saw that. And everybody in the chat, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. We had a great time. A lot of good books we talked about this week. I'll be back on Thursday when we do the Shakers, so that'd be interesting too.
It's always interesting with you, Gabe. You make everything interesting in a good way. You're like a cereal box.
Like a cereal
box.
You look like a cereal box. I would buy that cereal. No, I wouldn't. It was bad for you, but still. I bet you there's a really cool Canto toy in there. You just open the bottom of the box and get it.
I'd buy the hell out of that box.
Yeah.
That'll be good. I'll eat that cereal.
Well, I think we're giving them ideas, guys.
Copyright.
Okay. Lando, say goodbye to everyone.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It was another awesome list. Maybe one of my favorites because it was mostly video game themed. But thank you all. You tuned in. You rocked with us. This is the quickest we've ever done a show together. As you can tell, Laura brought us back on track, guys. So look, we're only at 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's
not an hour and a half.
Yeah. All thanks to Laura. Thank you guys, chat, for showing up. Those of you catching the replay, of course, comment below. Let us know what you guys thought of these books. Did you manage to pick them up or not? Gabe, Marty, Laura, Have a great show Thursday. I miss you guys on Thursdays, but it's okay. It's okay. I get it.
We
I
miss
get
you
it.
too.
I
We
get
need,
it.
we need more time. We would be on forever though. It'd be
Yeah.
like one of those things where we just do an all-nighter, all of us
Yeah.
together. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Marty,
Oh,
say
great.
goodbye.
Let's do this. Let's go.
I do it. It's good.
Game's
Oh,
like
man,
not even
okay.
there. Okay, Marty, say goodbye.
Man, you guys call HR on me, and look at you guys. If I get in trouble with HR, oh, man,
Threaten
that's
me at a good
terrible.
time. What are you talking
I
about?
get written up for that. Anyways, guys, it was a fun show as always fun hanging out with you guys, my family, my second family, and join us Thursday. We have the Shaker Show, and we're gonna go over the things that are shaking out there, right? The things that are hot out there. Tonight's show, remember, was what you guys were buying out there, and what was hot for you guys. And it was an interesting list tonight. It really, really was. Some interesting things I see in there, and I see you got to watch the trends. And if you watch the show, you definitely are really ahead of the game when it comes to trends because you've been following it along just as much as we're reading it. So this is really, really good. So kind of pay attention to things that come back onto the list, what they're selling for if they ever come back. I mean, and this is very valuable knowledge for a lot of you guys out there who are watching this, and stay with us. You will see where to buy, what trends, and where you don't get kind of too involved in the hype. And make smart decisions with your buy because it's your money when you collect. So collect what you want, but collect smartly. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's well said.
Anyway,
Yeah, use protection when you collect.
but that's right. Use protection with your collection.
Always. Always.
You see, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyways, may the comic gods and our friend, the spirit, our friend TiVo, continue to bless your long boxes and fill them with gold, silver, bronze, coppers, goldens, and fill them with nothing but happiness. Excelsior.
Excelsior, Marty. I
Love
don't
you
even know how
guys.
to follow that. We love you too. Right after this, the girls and I will be handling the runners up list. So if you didn't make anything here, or if you want to see if you have anything 12 through 20, you'll be redirected over to Nearing Nirvana right after this. So yeah, come join us. In the meantime, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you like the channel, and we will see you Thursday for the Shakers. Have a good night.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.